Good morning everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Organic Factorio. So in previous episode we finally got a decent enough production of filter inserters. I mean actually components for filter inserters, because we can't actually build the thing itself. And now it's time to actually make the base run more smoothly, because right now there's a lot of ores in the bloodstream. This is like a 4-lane bloodstream, which we could smelt, but unfortunately our smelters can't output anything that they've actually made, because the bloodstream is full of ores. So this is basically blockading itself. It's a relatively simple fix. So let's do a simple fix, and this fix is basically just to have an input buffer and output buffer, which kind of corresponds to how it looks like in real organs. Is that in real organs there's a lot of buffers. Like stuff just like doesn't flow directly. Yeah, okay, that's one too many. From some kind of input to some kind of output, there's usually some stage in between. Okay, so it seems like there's definitely not enough input here. So if we have more filter inserters, we have 13. Okay, that's a decent number. I mean, it's not an amazing number. And I would like to have hundreds of them, and I would like them to be produced automatically, because right now, obviously I have to do them manually. So let's try to fix this one. Seems awfully quiet, by the way. Okay, yeah, by the way, that's gonna take a while, because this has been bugged for quite a while. So I'm just gonna clean it up manually and just move this stuff somewhere. Okay, so let's build a much bigger area, and I am going to do a clever thing, and I will have separate actually, do I need separate inserter for coal? I probably do. Okay, so let's make the separate inserter for coal and shared inserter for everything else. And there is a reason for it. Okay, where the hell is coal? Production? No. I never remember this stuff. Okay. So the reason for it is so they mix properly. Like, we don't care what kind of mix of ingredients we get, but we should get coal in one go. Okay, we're just asking for 4 of them. Do we want any stone? I guess we actually want some bricks. Bricks are gonna be quite useful, so I'm just gonna copy this. And oh wait, that is completely wrong. This is completely wrong. What I wanted is I wanted one more layer of chests in between them. Alright. So I'm just going to use... Okay, let's clear this. Okay, let's clear this. Not sure if I can make any more blueprints. Let's get it here. Let's ask our nice robots to do that, and let's ask our nice robots to get rid of this stuff. Yeah, so I'm creating spaces between them because I need to place my small electric poles somewhere. Once I have mediums, I will not need that anymore. I will be able to just use a more compact form and just put them here, but right now it's just going to be awkward. So, and I can see that actually there's might be not very much space for between the bloodstream and all the smelting area, and I can't easily move it. Well, I guess I have blueprints and robots, so I could. Anyway, that's just a small fix. So let's just do the small fix. Let's remove the previous installation here. I would like to have a balancing thing. That stuff, that's just inserters. There's no storage here. Okay, that should hopefully move just fine. I don't see it moving. Well, I guess a big problem is that stuff from the top 3. Well, actually, this isn't even top 3. I mean, this is like 1/8 of the bloodstream that goes here, which is very very low number, and a lot of this is just stuff coming back from here. Yeah, not terribly nice. I guess you could mix stuff here. What would happen if I just put like a bunch of splitters here, because this is not a very rich vein for some reason. And why do I have a single one here? That just seems quite useless. Oh, okay, okay, so I can see. So there's an output coming here and output coming here, and we're never mixing. Okay, so I'm just gonna put a bunch of splitters in this place. Okay, I'll just put a bunch of splitters. Unfortunately, I can't just place it and make it replace the belt, even if that would be quite reasonable, so I have to remove the belt manually first. Okay, so now we should get a higher density of stuff, and also I can just get rid of this stuff, and everything should go fine. So one thing we're not actually making here is we're not making any steel. It would need to be explicitly requested. And another thing is that all the stuff coming from here, which is going to be iron and okay, let's just make this aesthetically the same as everything else, which is iron and tin. I have some kind of priority here. What is this supposed to? So it's not very clear, this clean design. Well, it's design we have right now, so I'm just gonna put one more balancing area. Oops, I accidentally stood on the belt. And let's just leave it like that. Hopefully it's going to be fast enough. And why don't you... How much stone do you actually need? Okay, so you need more than one stone. This is a problem. This is going to be a problem, because if you need more than one stone, then this means that if you insert a single stone into a furnace, it could just block the production. So this is very problematic. So those... Oh, okay, this is a different problem. It just doesn't have outputs. I mean, can't really do anything about it other than obviously researching a technology for faster inserters. But those stone things are quite problematic, because let's say we just like put a single stone in every one of them, they can just block everything, and that would be fairly annoying. And also, like, I'm just gonna reduce the size of this output. I mean, we need something to move stuff back, but we don't need that much stuff. And I guess I could just put it as part of a single channel instead of having two channels, but let's just leave it like that. Nothing here is super urgent, so hopefully things are going to be fine. I can see there's a big problem here. There should be a ton of coal, and there isn't. This coal is probably some coal that I put here manually. Yeah, I'm gonna get the science. Where is the science? I'll just manually move the science. Yeah, there's another problem here is that... did I have like... Oh yeah, I have it here. Another problem here is that there's just so much copper on this line, and how the hell is there so much coal on this line and just some random ores? I mean, it used to be connected, but like, this was so long ago. I thought by now it would be all cleaned up. I mean, other things, for example, like belt, that makes sense. We have a small belt production because we want to make green science, but like, where is this coal coming from? We don't have anything that requires coal, right? No, we don't. It's not like a significant amount of coal, it kind of shows that the filtering, I kind of hoped that all the random garbage would just be filtered out. It's just not happening fast enough. I mean, it's happening eventually, it's just not happening fast enough. Okay. Half here, yeah. Yeah, this is a random coal. I mean, how old is this coal? I mean, everything here is going to be restructured at some point. And what is happening here? Yeah, there just doesn't seem to be enough coal in the system. And let's try to debug this problem, because maybe okay, let's make some splitters. There's probably too many splitters. Let's try to debug the coal problem. And also let's build a lot more filter inserters, because this is going to be bottleneck. I need huge amount of everything for them. Oh, and I kind of also want to build a bunch of assembly machines of next two, so I can actually start assembling all the things instead of doing it manually. So right now our base is not actually, it can't produce everything it needs. So of the structural components, even like this regarding how slow everything is. What is this? Small pump, okay. And even this regarding like rare stuff, like for example pumps and boilers and so on, which is just needed in very small numbers. We're not producing, for example, inserters at all, because inserter needs 3 components, and we just don't do that. So we will have to, and we obviously don't produce filter inserters, and we don't produce splitters. There's a lot of those things that we're simply not making at all. It would be useful to actually make them. Okay, so this is full, so there's no problem with coal production. And then it gets here and just doesn't seem to be flowing fast enough. Why? Are you blocked? Yeah, all of them seem blocked. So there's just too much stuff here. Yeah, the system is horribly inefficient. So far, my grand plan, it seems to be working in that everything is connected in a very simple way, instead of having a complex connection. Oh, I kind of missed inserter here. Well, I didn't really miss it, I just couldn't put it because there's otherwise there's not going to be any power. Yep, that's just not gonna work. I can have at most 4 in a row. Okay. Just smaller wiring. Wait, I can 4 in a row, not 3 in a row. Okay. I'll just put it like that. By the way, those should be filter inserters, I guess. I don't think having an inserter that can just put anything that it wants in a chest is a good idea, but that is something for the future. Okay, so that should be producing just fine. A small number of them seem to be blocked. What you see, that's a small problem here. It tries to so this inserter, for example, seems to be trying to get iron inside, but there's already coal inside, and the same here. It's trying to put something inside, but there's something else inside already. So, and the same one here. So I'm not sure if this is a common problem. And I haven't actually seen this before. Normally inserters know what to put and what not to. Maybe there's like a short delay. An inserter like inserts a stone and grabs already the next item before it actually can. Before it knows not to grab the iron, for example. Let's say the stone and iron on the same belt, and just okay, it's empty, so I can grab whatever. Yeah, maybe that's the reason. Okay. So right now on this belt, I don't see much. I don't see much coal on it. I see mostly random ores. So yeah, so we just converting random ores. Yeah, we're smelting them at some rate. It's not a very fast rate, but it's something. I guess I could just extend this. Okay, let's take a look. And what is happening here? Okay, that's fine. No, it's not. Okay, so it's completely not fine. I can't smelt bricks here because they're gonna block everything. So yeah, unless those inserters, I would need a dedicated cell for processing bricks. Okay, so let's change this. No bricks. A small difference, but it's always something. Yes, so at some point I will have to invent a better system than this one, because if we took all the ores and all the coal that is in the blood and made it available for those inserters, that would be quite effective. But because we only get like 1/8 of it, that is just bad. That is simply horrible. So I'll have to just come up with like a nicer system for it. And this nicer system might actually end up being really complicated. Like back when the bloodstream was just like 2 lines, that didn't seem to make much difference, but now it's very, very big. It seems to be a quite considerable problem. Okay, so let's walk around. Yeah, this is really going to be a huge problem. Or it's not going to be a problem, it already is a problem. There's just not enough coal coming that far. And I think the reason is simply that there's just too much stuff on the bloodstream, and that blocks the coal from being actually placed. I could make the bloodstream wider, but the problem is that if I make the bloodstream wider, that decreases efficiency of any kind of this channel. Okay, so I'm kind of trying to just find some way to solve this problem, because right now, I mean, I will have new technology later, like combinators and so on, but right now it's just like, it's somewhat disappointing that it doesn't actually do what I want in a simple way. Okay, so one thing I could do is I could have an extra line of them and increase the channel size, because on the right-hand part you don't see it's being full. So maybe we just need to make it like much longer. and have, let's say, oh my god, I'm just running out of chests. Can I make more chests? Oh yeah, I can make more chests. Okay, I can make a lot of more chests. Okay, let's make it like that. It's gonna take a while to build the last chest, so I'm gonna just leave it like that for now. I'll add the 12 chest later, I guess. And is there like a load balancer here? I can't see any, but it seems to be balanced enough, so I guess it's not a big problem. And do I really need this to loop like that? I guess I could just remove those splitters and just make it loop all the way. Ah, that's fine, not a big deal. Okay, so those bastards seem to be... Okay, so another problem with this design is that all those outputs just output in one lane. Even if the other lane is empty, inserters just never output there, which is something I just really dislike. I wish there was like a way to just easily... Let's say there was like a single tile thing that just balances... by the way, how do I do that? How do I get this stuff? I clicked something and I have no idea what I did. Can I press escape? Okay, escape fixes it. So if there was like a, let's say one tile thing I can just use to balance the left and right lane, that would just help me immensely, because right now it's just like balancing two belts, very easy, but balancing two lanes of the same belt is just a massive horrible hack. Well. Okay. Let's go back here. So let's take a look at the production. What is required, what is missing. It seems they don't have carbon. This one has some. What do you like? You need a lot more solder plate. What do you like? You need tin. They need a lot of stuff. And why is this? I think the reason is because this channel just gets so little of this flow. So let's say like this random tin and everything, yeah, this is like, for example, solder plate. Right, I will have to rethink everything here, basically. Okay. I got some ingredients for some stuff. Yeah, this is basically getting stuff for me personally. Yeah, so right now this entire blast stream concept just doesn't seem to scale all that well. I kinda like thought that, like, okay, so we have this one lane and I have a channel and a bunch of inserters going both ways. And that works fine. And we can just put some random splitters to balance the bloodstream, and that will be enough. But it turns out it's not at all, not even close. Okay, I'm gonna balance this, and the same here. Like that's not a real balancer. That's a problem. The real balancer is just very big. I'm not even sure like how big. Okay, so how big is something that balances it properly? So I think you need something like this. Would that even work? Probably not. And like that probably balances the belt, a single belt. So let's say something goes from the left, then half of it's gonna go on the left, half is gonna go on the left. So and this doesn't actually do anything. It balances half of the right to the left. This balances half of the left to the right. I probably not even properly balanced even after that. Maybe there's something in Bob's mods that actually does the trick. And yeah, okay, what's your problem? You don't have enough lead, and you don't have enough lead. Surely we have a massive lead production. I mean, just look at my lead here. I can just dump it. Well, actually, no, like, lead is already here, so it's not even... yeah, like, lead is just passing by, but because only 1/8 of the bloodstream is coming here, this design is just horrible. My entire idea just doesn't seem to be working at all. I mean, surely this happens every now and then, that you just have a brilliant idea and then it just turns out, well, it may be less brilliant than I thought it would be. So what do I do next? Okay, obviously I can make some of those, and I need a lot of basic electronic components, and yeah, I could increase the carbon production and so on. Yeah, that is something I need to do. Okay, so right now the output of this is very low, so I could increase the output. I mean, this is just a single inserter, and that has to feed the entire production of everything. So that definitely can be changed. So let's just change that to 4 outserters. No, let's filter, like, one of them can be unfiltered, but the rest should be filtered, so they only get the relevant stuff and just don't waste everybody's time. That's going to be Bob's intermediates, it's going to be carbon. And why did I even put them here? It's completely wrong place. Oh, because I don't have no chests. Okay, that's quite embarrassing. And I can't move them so close to each other because I need some space for the poles, so... Okay, let's do it like that. And the filters, I don't even have that many, I only have 1 more left. I'm building some more, but it's gonna take forever. Okay, let's just not do that all that much. Okay. I need some splitters, but I don't need crazy amount of splitters. Okay, so, carbon. So this is going to be probably just debugging episode, just trying to figure out what's the problem, what can I do about the problem, and so on, and same here. So let's have 4 of them here, and they will output just the solder plates, but I only have 1 filter inserter right now, so I can only do so much. That's the one. And yeah, because this is full, it can't even... Yeah, actually sharing this between coal and... yeah, this design is just dreadful. So I'm sharing a single bloodline, like a small blood vein between coal and... sorry, between carbon here and solder plates. And the thing is, they output to the same lane, so it's not even balanced between 2 lanes of the same belt. No, it's a single lane of a single belt. And this belt is very low speed belt. So, I wonder if like increasing the belt speed from the slow belts to the fast belts, which cost like 4 times as much, if that would actually be good enough. Because maybe it wouldn't be. Right, so is there like any technology that can save me? I started researching solar, but for solar I basically need to make a bunch of inserters manually, and I don't actually have even that many. So what kind of technology would possibly save me? Let's actually try to research all the relevant technology. I guess I could just research everything, because everything that requires only the red ones is going to be done super fast, so I can just nickel processing, water pump jacks, mining drills, basically doesn't really matter. I guess military technology I don't need in any way whatsoever, but it's probably cheap, and yeah, let's just get everything done. That can just happen in the background, and after that I will think what to do next. So let's not worry about too much. What is this one? There's something fancy here. Anyway, so let's take a look. It seems that what is the problem? Oh, it requires more lead, and you're not outputting because this line is full. Okay, what can I do about this? I mean, I can just grab a bunch of lead and just do it manually, but seriously, this is not scalable. Obviously, the point is just it just happens automatically at some point. Okay, so it's gonna produce it for a while, but it's just a single thing outputting this, the products, and yeah, it just, like, I'm just kind of disappointed in my design. Like, initially I was just really impressed by how this very unusual design kind of works, but right now I'm just kind of like, maybe there's a reason people don't do it like that. Maybe there's a reason. I'll probably have to just go back to like some kind of diagramming and just trying to figure out, okay, so what do we do next? Okay, what do we want? Yes, I wanted to do a bunch of assembly machine too. And let's build a bunch of inserters. Actually, I think inserters are even being produced, so I don't have to do it manually. No, they're not. Of course they're not. They require 3 components. So they can only be produced if I start making assembly machines too. Okay, so what is going on here? So this entire assembly here of everything, I think is trying too much, and it outputs like all this like stuff like thin copper wire, which is required probably in very, very large amounts, and it doesn't actually make the thing I want, which is this one. So for example, this requires 5 basic electronic components, which is very inefficient to just have them on like a single random belt which goes straight to the bloodstream. And there's probably like a nicer design for this stuff, but this design might actually need actual designing. Okay, so what is happening here? And you do not have enough iron plate? Oh wait, this couldn't possibly work because I don't have inserter going the other way. Okay, that is something I completely overlooked. What about this stuff? You don't have any wood? And why would that be? Oh yeah, because the only source of wood is actually wood cutting, and I haven't done any wood cutting in ages. Okay, which one? No, I have a bunch of resin with me for no reason, so let's get rid of this resin. I think resin goes here? Nope, where resin goes? Okay, resin goes here, so let's get rid of this. I'm sure there's more. Not that it helps me. Yeah, so like the entire design, like everything kind of works, but it just works so inefficiently, and I kind of don't see any easy solution to make it more efficient. Okay. Okay, let's just take one more walk, just take a look at what is happening now. Okay, you make a lot, but you can't output it fast enough. Okay, I have a lot more, so let's just put them here. We finally have the chests, so at least that part is going to work, so we can output them fast enough. And we have one of those. Okay, that's at least something. Yes, so one big thing about my design is that I completely disregard the problem of the lanes. I just thought in terms of belts and not in terms of lanes. And if I reconsidered those older designs to make best use of both lanes, I could make everything twice as fast without affecting anything else. Which, I mean, it wouldn't just solve the problem in any meaningful way, but it would just make the problem kind of slightly less severe. And I can already see that we do not have coal again, so let's go back and see why that might be. Is it blocked? Okay, that seems... Okay, that's obviously messed up. I mean, this must have been messed up for ages, just not sure for how long. Okay, this all works. You guys are outputting some ore. I'm sure I have enough ore. If you just look at the belt, it's mostly ore. It seems I started placing a balancer here and I kind of never finished this, so... Oh, actually maybe I just had a balancer when it was much smaller and never extended it, which is kind of the same thing. Okay, yes, so we definitely don't have enough coal to run the entire assembly, that's why I wanted solar energy. It sort of fixes the problem. Okay, so let's actually get those inserters, put them here and hope for the best. That's unfortunately all my inserters. So I guess I could grab some random iron ore. But do we even make enough iron ore? Oh, interesting. So this is not actually working because it doesn't have any coal. But surely we actually make a lot of coal. Okay. Okay, yeah, I can make tons of that. And let's get rid of this and this. Actually, we can put whatever we want in those chests. It's gonna get onto the belts eventually. Yeah. And resins probably won't go anywhere useful, so I'm gonna keep that. Alright, so we have a coal problem. So how do we solve the coal problem? Oh wait, this coal problem is actually much bigger than I thought, because it's... Oh, okay, so we have a coal problem. There's not enough mining of the coal, just because there's not enough power, and because, well, actually there's enough power. Alright, so I'm not even sure what's going on. Yeah, they seem to be working at full power. And unless I'm completely confused by this. That should be enough power, right? Or is it not? Or does it mean that production should be like all the way? Electricity, yeah, electricity is a green bar, so... Do I need like more coal miners? Is that the thing? I mean, that's not that much for entire base. Okay, I mean, that's a relatively simple things to fix. Just adding more miners. Just add this and this. And, I mean, I could just set up a second one somewhere as well. Okay, so this is a very simple fix. So I'm just gonna add more miners. Do I even have more miners? Okay, I have more miners. Okay, 5 go here. Yeah, that's gonna be a very simple fix. So let's just get it like that. A splitter here and one more. I guess like, yeah, let's just, doesn't really matter which side it goes on. At some point I will probably need more coal miners then. Okay, so once this is fixed, this should be full. Let's take a look here. But then again, like here in those chests, like there's plentiful supply. So let's consider the second problem, and the second problem is, okay, how can we give this high enough priority on this bloodstream? So right now, because the bloodstream channel is just so low, there's simply no way for this to have high priority. I think I need some diagramming, but basically we'll have to inject it in multiple ways, not just to one lane of... Because right now this is like a half of a one of 4 lanes. And that's just dreadful. Possibly we need... I mean, like, okay, let's just think about it. Let's just consider different designs. Let's say this is the bloodstream and we have a lot of stuff coming this way. So, like, an easy way would be just to have a splitter per lane. Okay, so let's say this is a splitter on this lane. I'm just gonna stagger the splitters. That's obviously not gonna work quite exactly the right way. So let's say there's something coming on this way. Probably need to just give more spacing between them. I just don't want to make it like really massive, because if it's really massive then it's just gonna look horrible. Okay, so let's just make it like that. And just some spacing. I'm just trying to like figure out the design. Can't say this is going to be a great design. And if every connection to the bloodstream is gonna look like that, it's gonna be just horrible. Okay, so let's say this is like the 4 lanes of the bloodstream. And we want to give it very, very high priority. So what do? We could just underground belt it all the way. I just hate underground belts in this design. I feel this is very unnatural. Okay, and one more. And now we can just have some splitters. So, okay, one obvious problem is that this design is single directional. So basically, like, code would be coming from this direction, and yeah, I guess that would work. But like, seriously, like, this looks horribly inorganic. I really dislike this. Like, it's probably going to be quite effective in terms of actually getting coal and giving it high priority. But seriously, like, this looks dreadful. Like, I really, really, really hate how it looks like. And like, as you know, this is a game of aesthetics to a very large degree. So, I mean, if that's the only way, that's the only way, I guess, but I just don't like this. I just seriously don't like this. Especially since, like, we would kind of want a lot of channels to look like this. I mean, we'd like a lot of channels to be very efficient. I mean, if it turns out that this kind of channel is horribly inefficient, I mean, we could just inject like a second one here. That would be like the easiest solution. Basically, like, have a second line of the same stuff, just inserted like in a different point, and because there's this splitter in between them, they're not actually going for the same one, and that's fine. Another idea is just basically break this. So instead of having half of one of 4 lanes, we have one of 4 lanes, the entire lane. but it's a downside that if the lane is full, then it cannot really output at all. So this is good for like an input channel, sorry, the output channel from the blood into the cell. But when you want to get stuff from the cell into the blood, that actually is not very optimal. So maybe input channels, output channels should be different. But then again, a lot of channels are for input and output at the same time. So this is bad and this is also bad. Okay, so okay, I'll just ask the robots to get rid of this stuff. Yeah, so this could probably work, but then again, like, let's say we have like an 8 lanes, that would just look horrible then. And yeah, that's just... Okay, robots. So what does this one need? So this one is basically space to put this stuff. So let's say we don't do that. Let's say we do it like that. What's gonna happen? I just kind of don't like this, but well, yeah, I kind of want everything to just flow around. Like, obviously this is like an empty belt pushing, but I like to imagine that it's basically like, you know, some pressure of the blood just pushing this around. And yeah, that seems to be working sort of better, except for the lack of balance between left and right lane. Maybe that's what we need to do. We just need to get it all on one of the lanes. Okay, this is kind of stupid, but like, what if we do that? So most of the stuff goes to the left lane, and that's kind of more efficient. Yeah, so that frees most of the lane that we're gonna output the column. Okay, so this simple hack actually helped quite a lot, so maybe we're gonna use it. Just doing a simple hacks every now and then may be a good idea, because, you know, you can't really solve all the problems at once. Okay, so that's something. Let's take a look here. I'm just gonna grab a bunch of those belts. Kind of feel maybe I should get those belts somewhere else. Maybe you should just output those belts and just store them somewhere else. Like, the production of the belts is useful for so many things, not just for science. And, oh well, at least we have plenty of belt. Okay, let's just keep walking. And let's just keep walking and just keep considering all the challenges. So the challenge here is lack of coal. And in this case, this is the input, this is an output belt. So right now this is 1/8 of lane. And if we just got rid of this stuff and just made it basically like entire blood lane, that'll work, right? So that just doubles the amount of stuff that's available for those inserters. So maybe this is how like the channel that's pumping inside should look like, and this is how the channel that's pumping outside should look like. And yeah, you could also have like a balancer if this is limited by the output. Okay. Right now there's no power. Okay, we're out of power right now. I have a small amount of coal, but I need a lot more. So here's the same story. I placed them just so... I guess I could also like... Yeah, okay. Instead of relying on inserters, I'm just gonna do it manually. And I will just take all this wood and just burn it for now. I'm gonna make it more wood later. Yeah, I'd like solar energy just to get rid of this one specific problem. But no. So right now, let's cut this. And let's make the entire 1/4 of a blood just go there, not 1/8. That's just doubles stuff available, which is going to be good enough. And I guess here we could do the same. But this is input and output at the same time, so maybe like if we just place entire output, that's gonna make this side work better, but the output side is gonna work worse. So it could be like a more complicated channel. This is just too much coal. Yeah, that's one of the places where all the coal went. Actually, no, it's one of the places where I put the coal. It's not from here. Okay, I'm just gonna move the coal back to the power production. And yeah, we have a separate smelter cell, because why have one smelting cell if you can have two of them? And all of this is blocked by steel. No, this is nonsense. This entire cell is nonsense. I need to get rid of this. I think it causes more problems than it solves. Everything is blocked. Yeah, it just... There's a lot of my coal here, and everything is blocked by random iron bars. I think it's best if I kill this cell. I mean, this is a lot of smelting power, but it's not like it's used. Okay, let's just kill this cell. That's how organisms work. If the cell doesn't serve its function, we just tell it to kill itself. And this is exactly what I'm gonna do. So let's just get rid of this cell. I just don't want it anymore. And I'm just going to just make it move. Alright, robots, please give me everything. Obviously that broke the power line because there's no redundant power supply of any kind. And this also feels like very non-organic to have no redundant power supply. Okay, let's just grab all the power, all the coal. Yeah, just place random coal everywhere. It's gonna be a lot of coal coming from all of this. Yeah, just bring me everything, robots. Just bring me everything, and I'm just gonna use this coal to power this up for a while. And yeah, I should probably just increase the smelting power somewhere else. Okay, I'll just help them disassemble this. Right, so right now we have a bit of a problem with the entire system. So all my fixes that I made this time are relatively small, and the system is still just not working well enough. To a degree, we could simply increase the number of cells. So let's say a single coal cell can only pump so much. So we could just, instead of having one channel, we could have two channels. Or instead of one smelting cell, we could have two smelting cells. I mean, actually we have to, but the second one of them is kind of stupid. And so on, but not sure how effective that will be. Yeah, just getting everything. Oh, I kinda ran out of the level 1 assemblers. Can I make more? I need some wood of all the things. Well. Right, let's just finish this, and I will need to do some thinking between episodes, I guess. Okay, that is not all that much coal. That's more than 0, so it's something. Okay, just let's get rid of this stuff. Okay, so let's think about the problems again. So problem number 1 is that there's just not enough coal in the system. I mean, right now I'm getting a lot of coal from robots, but the coal that's being produced is not being delivered enough, and it's quite possible that we're just simply not even producing enough coal in the first place. Okay, let's get rid of the coal I have. Okay, let's put it here. Okay, that's enough coal. So that's problem number 1. The second problem is that the stuff we have here on those belts is not smelted fast enough. And after that, the problem is that we still don't have automated production of stuff like assembly machines, filter inserters, and so on. So these are the problems, and yeah, I need to get rid of the stone. It just messes up everything. So stone and steel are going to be done somewhere else. Anyway, I just need a break for now, so thanks for watching, and see you next time when we're hopefully going to have a more successful episode. Bye bye!